Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy. So in the last class we have seen about equity shares in depth. Now today we'll focus on preference shares. Preference shares introduction also I gave you. Once again let me give you a recap. Preference shares are those shares where they get the preference in case of distribution of dividend. Whenever company gets the profit, first preference will be given to the preference shareholders to get the dividend. This is first point. And another important point is that whenever company is under liquidation position, whenever company is under winding up, at that period also preference shareholders are given first preference to pay off their investment. If I have invested 50,000 rupees in preference shares, at the time of liquidation first my amount will be paid, then after that it comes to the equity shareholders. These are the main 2 points. Distribution of profits at the time of liquidation, main 2 points. Let's see few features. Now if you understand features and also types of preference shares, types of equity shares are not there, but there are different types of preference shares. That if you understand, and features if you understand, you will be masters in preference shares. Anyway, first we'll focus on the types of preference shares. Total 8 types of preference shares are there. Very easy to understand. Just focus 5 minutes. Now, first one is that redeemable preference shares. Redeemable. Generally, if you see the preference shares, it will be in the company itself only. But there is a redeemable preference shares. Redeemable preference shares means after a certain period. After a certain period, these shares can be redeemed, matured. It will be given back to the shareholders, preference shareholders. That is redeemable. Redeemable means maturity is there, but when? After a certain period. It depends. If I am purchasing preference shares for 5 years, after 5 years I am going to get back my investment. That is redeemable preference shares. Second one is irredeemable. Not redeemable forever until the liquidation, until the winding up of the company. These shares will be with the company itself only, just like equity shareholders. That is irredeemable preference shares. Third one is cumulative preference shares. Cumulative preference shares means whenever company gets a profits, and these shareholders, cumulative preference shares, whoever is purchased, they have right to take the dividend every year. In case if any year there is a loss, they are unable to distribute the profits, that they are going to take it in the next year. Like cumulative, whenever they won't get the profit or dividend rate, dividend amount, next year they are going to. That is why we say it as a cumulative. Every year it will be accumulating. Okay, cumulative preference shares. Second one is easy to understand, non-cumulative. When company gets profits, these people are going to get the dividend. No profit, no dividend. No cumulative. That is why we say it as a non-cumulative preference share. And fifth one is convertible preference shares. Whenever if you purchase convertible preference shares, you can convert these shares anytime into equity shares. That facility is given by the company. Converting preference shares into equity shares means that's a profit advantage for the company first of all, and of course for the shareholder also. Sometimes if he feels that the company is good, let me to be equity shareholder, then let me convert into the this one, that is preference shares to the equity shares. I can convert it. That is convertible preference shares. This is easy to understand. Non-convertible, you cannot convert it. When I wanted to convert my shares into equity shares, I cannot, because this is non-convertible preference shares. I purchased non-convertible preference shares. I cannot convert. This I can convert into the equity shares anytime. Seventh one, participating preference shares. Participating preference shares are those shares whenever company gets profit, as per the decided dividend rate, these people are going to get the dividend, but at the same time extra profit, excess profit is there. So in excess profit also these shareholders are eligible to take the profit. 12% dividend preference shareholders, I got it, but I purchased participating preference shares. Participating preference shares are purchased means not only 12%. If the company is having excess of profit, there also I am eligible once again. That is participating preference shares. Non-participating preference shares. It means simple, whatever dividend rate I am eligible, I'll get that one only. Once again, in extra profits, I am not eligible to participate, or I am not eligible to take the extra profits. That's all. Very easy to remember, na? So 8 types of shares, preference shares: redeemable, irredeemable, cumulative, non-cumulative, convertible, non-convertible, participating, non-participating. Okay. Now we'll focus on the features. What are the features of the preference shares? Mainly total 5 features. Easy to understand. Once if you understand this, this is nothing. First feature is cumulative dividends. Except irredeemable preference shares. Except irredeemable preference shares. Almost all the shares, preference shares, they are eligible for the cumulative dividends. It is the main feature. This is cumulative dividends is applicable to all the preference shareholders except irredeemable. Okay, so cumulative dividends are, they're eligible whenever company is not distributing the shares. Dividend means next year, this last year's plus this year, cumulative dividend. Second one, convertibility. Most of the time, preference shareholders are given chance to convert their shares into equity shares because it is much advisable. You know that cost of the capital of equity shares are cheaper than the preference shares. That is why this facility is given by the company to the preference shareholders. Anytime they can convert into the equity shares. Okay. Next one, participating in surplus profit. And sometimes they are eligible to participate in the surplus profits. Otherwise, generally they are eligible to take only their dividend rate only. Okay, generally they take the dividend rate only in some cases, like as I said, participating preference shares. Only in such case, extra surplus also they are eligible. Otherwise, they are eligible to take their dividend rate as per the decision already taken. 12%, yes, 12% I am eligible on the profit. 15%, yes, I am eligible for 15%, like this. Only in this case, participating preference shares, extra surplus also they are eligible. And voting rights. Generally, if you see, voting rights are having only to the equity shareholders, not to the preference shareholders. But only in one case, where the company is unable to pay their dividend rate continuously for the past 2 years, past minimum 2 years or more than 2 years. Continuously for the past 2 years or more than 2 years, if the company is unable to pay the dividend, in such cases, preference shareholders are going to get the voting right. They'll have the voting right because the company is unable to pay the dividend for the past 2 years. Otherwise, they are not eligible. They don't have a voting right. Okay. And last point is that redeemability. In India, most of the preference shares are redeemable, but at least 8 years. In India, it is. Most of the preference shares are redeemable at least for 8 years in India. Depends on the country to country, their system. After 8 years, it is redeemable. So these are the main features of the preference shares. Now let's focus on the advantages. Advantages, if you see, preference shares are more secure than equity shares. Why more secure? 2 points I told you. One is profits. Profits, they are eligible to get the dividend. First preference is given to them, and at the time of winding up also their shares invested amount, that is also always safe. That will be paid first. So that is why always this is more secure than equity shares. Second point is that fixed and cumulative dividends. First of all, let's talk about fixed dividend. Fixed dividend already decided, 12%. Yes, 12% I get every year, because whatever company gets the profit, first preference will be given to me, so I get the 12% of the profit. If unable to pay the company, then it turns into cumulative dividend. Fixed, unable to pay any year, so that will be paid to the next year. That is why we say it as a cumulative dividend. Okay, this is another advantage for the preference shareholders. And redemption, its redemption is also there. It can redempt, as I said, 8 years minimum. Then after that you can get back your amount, invested amount. Then you can go at anywhere, you can use it, except then irredeemable preference shares. Except this one, everything, all the shares are, redemption is there. Next one, convertibility facility is also given. When converter facility is given, shareholders feels very comfortable that whether I want to be in preference shares or shall I convert into equity shares. That choice is given to the shareholders, because according to the financial position, credential of the organization, they can decide that. So shall I be in, or shall I continue in preference shares, or shall I convert it? That convertibility facility is also given to the shareholders. These are the main 4 advantages. There are few disadvantages also. One thing is that expensive source of finance. Expensive source, because whereas cost of capital of equity shares, it is less. Equity shares, cost of capital is always less. Why it is less? Company gets profits, will give dividend, otherwise no, isn't it? So that kind of facility is there. But whereas in preference shares, you have to at any cost. So that is why this costs a lot. So this is more expensive than the equity shares. And no voting rights. Preference shareholders are not at all a part and parcel of the organization. They are not considered as owners, because they get the dividend rate, that's it. Nothing to do with the organization. They don't have even the voting rights also. They cannot participate. Just like outsider they have to be. And fixed dividend is already decided in the beginning itself only. When I am purchasing preference shares, it will be decided 12%, 15%, 20%, whatever it may be, decided. Decided means every year I'm going to get. Okay, what about the company? Company got less profits, but still they have to first pay off to the preference shareholders dividend. Fixed it is. So this is a burden for the company, and also it's a permanent burden. Permanent, always you have to be careful about these preference shareholders. If you are unable to fulfill their expectations, then that will be a bad remark for the company. Like you got less profits, you could not distribute it, then that will spread, and they feel very bad. The organization is not in a good position, and automatically that impact goes on the other shareholders, other companies, general share market also. That is why this is always problem, permanent burden, and risk is also there. So that's all. This is about the preference shares. Am I clear? Want to take screenshot? Yes. Next class, we'll talk about dividends. Not dividends, next one is debentures. Sorry. Debentures topic I'll take. That is also very much important. Go in depth, learn in depth. Once if you hear my talk and if you understand this, you will never forget it. By the way, check out the playlist and don't forget to share these videos. Practice well and have a bright career and stay connected. Good luck.